What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video of all things pertaining to money. So, the holidays are here. Christmas is here. The New Year's is almost here. The holidays. So, how much money do Americans spend on holiday shopping? A lot of money is spent on the holidays. I used to be a person that spent a lot of money on holidays. Then I became the person who sent out a lot of money via Cash App during holidays. This year, neither of the two happened. I did nothing. Nada. I just decided not to, because I should not have to wait the way I see it. I understand the meaning behind holidays, but I'm not going to use the holidays as an excuse to spend my money or to give away money that I worked hard for. Now, people will get things. So what I like to do is I like to just give things, money, gifts to people and those that I love and care about throughout the year. Or some people get, like a monthly stipend. That's how I see it. I'm not boasting or bragging, but I don't think that I need to wait on a specific day, even a birthday, just to give a gift and to show someone that I love and care about them. But it's not about me. What I did is I did a little research, something that I love to do, and it says since 1992, people have spent more in December than any other month. In 2023, last year, it was around $1,750 per person. Now, I can tell you as an adult, I don't remember a lot of my Christmas gifts that I received when I was a child. I remember things like I really wanted a bike, and I remember everyone in the neighborhood had bikes. That's one thing that I remember. I remember one Christmas where I had to give away some gifts to a sibling for some reason. I remember being upset about that. I stopped there. So it says here, if you can't tell, it's the winter time. Winter holiday season, December. From the festive commercials that you're seeing every 5 minutes on television, the lights when you drive around, the candles at your home, in the windows, in stores, restaurants, you can probably tell by your dwindling bank account because you're spending a lot of money because of these things. And these companies make a lot of money. People are still calling into Dave Ramsey's program. I just use that as an example about how they're broke, how they have large amounts of credit card debt. But spending money is at an all-time high. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Why? Because people are continuously living above their means and buying things they don't need. Americans spent an estimated $586.98 billion in the retail sector in December of 2023, according to the Census Bureau monthly retail trade report. This is not me bashing people, trying to tell people what to do with their money. The Census Bureau is tracking the money that you spend during the month. And they said you guys spent $586.98 billion. But we say we don't make enough money. We say we can't afford to live. I guarantee you it's not the top 10% that's spending $586 billion. No, it's everybody. So that's about $1,750 per person, and they jumped from the estimated 532.85 billion spent in November. So to say that most people don't have the money and they're living on credit card, there's a lot of spending happening. So this is all slightly less than December 2021 peak for retail and food sales, around $593.34 billion, 1.1% more than in 2023 after accounting for inflation. So since 1992, people have spent more in December than any other month. November was the second spendiest month for each year, except in 2008 and 2009. And we all remember what happened. If you don't remember, we had the housing crash, the meltdown, where people couldn't afford those mortgages, those subprime mortgages, back in 2008, 2009. And then we were also still in the war, because I was in Afghanistan for a whole year. Changed my life, people. So how has America's holiday spending changed in recent years? Again, all of this information was updated this month on the 4th of December by the U.S. Facts team. So you guys can Google it yourself. I'm not making this stuff up, right? And this is not a long article, unless I just chime in a lot, which I have the tendency of doing, but I can't help myself, right? Trying to help you people. Trying to help you think. Start thinking before you act. So in 2021, December spending increased 9% compared to 2020, the largest year-over-year increase since 1992. So from 2021 to 2023, December retail stayed relatively level. December retail shopping has increased every year since 2009, except 2018 and 2022, when sales were up 2.7% lower, or when sales were 2.7% lower and 1.5% lower than the years prior. December 2023 retail spending accounted for 9.7% of all 2023 retail spending, compared with 10.2% in 2013, 10.8% in 2003, and 11.3% in 1993. Where's all this money coming from, people? Or is that why most Americans are in debt? Is this why a lot of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? Is this why Americans are living okay, even though they have good jobs and should be living exceptionally well? Is this why credit card debt is at an all-time high? Is this why your credit is jacked up? Is this why you're paying $1,000 a month in car payments? Why? So here's the thing. We spend all this money. Then we call in. I keep using Dave Ramsey as an example because I listened to the guy until this day. I started listening in 2018 and I haven't stopped in 2024. And listening to him this morning, you have people calling in about the bad decisions they continue to make for things like this. I used to be an emotional spender. And you have these things come up like holidays, birthdays, reunions, and you feel compelled to spend a lot of money. And a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with spending your money. Well, I don't call it spending. The article says spending. I say that I am recycling, right? Because I believe whatever I give out, I get back. Because I'm being smart with the money that I make. I invest. I invest in the stock market. I invest in real estate. So I am getting a return on my money that I'm putting out there, and I'm getting a return back. My rental income pays me a monthly check, and I no longer pay a mortgage, so that money comes directly to me. And you too can do the exact same thing if you would just slow down and think before you act, and stop digging yourself into a hole that you can't, or feel as though you can't get out of. However, I do believe whatever hole you put yourself in, you can get yourself out of. It's going to take a lot of hard work and discipline, but you can do it. You don't need someone to bail you out. You don't need to beg for someone else to help you. Just like how you were able to get yourself into a situation, stop, take a breather, come up with a plan, and get out of it. And most oftentimes, it won't take you as long to get out of a bad situation than it did to get into it, because all it is changing your mindset. So it says here, how does retail spending change throughout the year? Average monthly retail spending is lowest in January and February. There are no major holidays. There's nothing on TV triggering you to spend money, making you feel as though you need to be out there buying that new suit, that dress, that latest phone, a car, not car, but a gift. I would say that's the reason why. And February is usually the lowest sales month of the year, with $320 billion in spending on average. That's a lot of money, people. And you know who makes money because of your spending? Me. I do. I make a lot of money because you're spending money. I will make money even if you were to spend wisely. But I make even more money because you're just spending too much. Because I invest into these companies that you're buying products from. You're buying the Tesla cars. You're buying the Apple phones, the Apple computers, the products. You're buying just these things, right? From Johnson & Johnson, you know, AT&T, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, Starbucks. The list goes on and on. And then here's the thing. I sometimes buy or frequent those places as well, but I also invest in them. Right? So look at it that way. You know, look at it that way. So sales then increased incrementally, that word, right? From September to December, with a 4.5% increase from September to October, because I think that's when people start to gear up for Christmas. You know, a 4.7% increase from October to November, because you're preparing, you know, also for Thanksgiving. And an 18.9% increase from November to December. Now we're into Christmas and the New Year's. You know, because you have to go on that New Year's trip. You got to spend it over here. You got to spend it in Vegas and New York, you know, yada, 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 right? Apart from year-end spending, May and August are the highest spending month, with an average of $376 billion, with a B, billion in May, and $375 billion in August. I'm exaggerating a little, but that's a lot of money. And this is my first time reading these articles, or reading this article especially, you know, specifically. You know, and they're the third and fourth highest spending months of the year. You guys are spending a lot of money. And if you're saying, well, that's not me spending that money, then why don't you have any money? Why are you not investing? Why are you not commenting below saying how you're taking advantage of the income that you make, or how you created a business and you take the money and the profits from your business and you invest not only back into your business, but into other things that bring you a good return on your investment? Why are you not responding below about how you don't put your money in depreciating assets? Because that's the average American. I put articles on put out articles or read articles about what Americans are spending their money on, how much money they have, how they're barely making it, how they're living just okay. You know, I listen to Dave Ramsey's podcast, who doesn't speak for all Americans, but it's the average American is not in a great place, you know, and we have to get better. We can do better. There's enough out there for everyone to be successful and to be happy. But if you don't think, if you continuously dig yourself in a bad financial hole, but if you continue not to put a plan in place, you're planning to fail. Where there is no vision, the people perish. When you don't create some type of emergency fund, when that emergency happens, you're going to have to go into debt to get out of it, or to put a Band-Aid for the time being on the problem. But you're going to have to deal with that financial burden at some point. You know, like my boy Reverend Ike would say, get your butt out of the way. And it doesn't have to be your actual behind, but the word but. Stop doing things, you know, I didn't have the money, but I had to do this. I can't think of how to put it in a good sentence, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Get your butt out of the way. Stop coming up with excuses. There you go. Stop coming up with excuses not to do better. You know, that's why I put out these videos to give you another way of thinking about things. Because what I've realized, you can give people a lot. And some of you watching this are going to be some of the givers in your family, your communities, and at your job. Then you sometimes think, how come no one gives me anything? Because I would tell you this, people would get accustomed and used to you always giving, thinking that you don't want anything in return. But sometimes you do want something in return. Or you would like for someone to at least offer you, you know, but that's not the real world. And then it's crazy to actually think that way. So instead of continuing to fish for everyone and feeding them, teach them how to fish. So if they get hungry, they can go get it themselves. If they want to be successful, they can take the ideas that are being given to them via my YouTube channel, other channels, and take some of the information from the videos that I put out on what not to do and do the total opposite to make better decisions. And if they choose not to, I no longer feel bad for those individuals. I no longer accept the excuses from them not knowing any better. No, because I'm putting the information out there. I'm teaching you how to do what I did or what I am doing in order to do what I'm doing, or to be debt free, to not be in a place where you're worried about money. Money, not having enough money causes stress. Not being in the best health causes stress. Not having anything to call your own causes stress. So why not figure out a way to do away with those stressors? Kicking that can down the road isn't solving the problem. You're going to have to deal with it sooner or later. So why not now? Do it while you're able. Yeah. So I've talked enough. I've said enough. I've kept you on here long enough. So yeah. How much money did you spend during the holidays for Christmas? Did you charge it to your credit card, or did you pay cash? Yeah, what'd you do? Are you debt free? Are you living below your means? Are you investing? Are you preparing for that next phase of life? I'm telling you, do not just sit back and hope that things are going to be okay in the future if you don't have a plan in place. You have to plan, people. You have to plan. You have to plan for, how you're going to spend your money. And you can do that by easily creating a budget. If you cannot and don't know how to create a budget, hit me up. I'll help you out. I may start charging people a fee. But for now, just hit me up or Google. I'm quite sure there are YouTube videos on how to create a budget. You can listen to Dave Ramsey and he will tell you how to create a budget, and then how to get out of debt. I can do the same thing because I followed his plan and now I'm debt free. And I maintain my budget till this day. I became debt free April of 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah. Yeah. I still use my budget. Yeah. I no longer buy things that I don't need. I don't buy stuff just because I want it. I buy things what I need. Because what you have come to realize when you get in control of your money, now your emotions are in check, you're disciplined, you start thinking about the things that you purchase. Like, do you really need it? Are you buying things just to impress other people? You start thinking more. And then you start realizing how some things just don't make sense. So that's what I do. And that's what I advise you to do as well. All right, so you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, think. Think, people, think before you act. Because a lot of people don't think about their situation until after the fact. After you start making that $700 to $1,000 car payment, after you bought a house that's way too big, after you applied for that personal loan, after you graduated from college in a field that you don't want to work in, but now you have $50,000 to $100,000 worth of debt that has to be repaid. So think. And again, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I trying to be one. I'm just someone on YouTube giving information for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your money if you're not sure of yourself to do it on your behalf. All right, so you guys like, I already said that. Peace.